Hi everybody, this is Baseball Head, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion. Your host, welcome back to the Baseball Head 2, and hopefully you like this video. Hit that subscribe button. I gotta admit, I've not watched the World Baseball Classic at all this year. It doesn't interest me. I just want to get the season underway. Those games are more important than anything else, in my opinion. And to me, that's my focus, to be honest with you. Trying to get through the spring training, at another, 15 days to opening day. I really don't have an interest. But this was interesting because there's some tension between two teammates, Randy Arozarena and Cal Raleigh. That is an interesting situation. Let me read the headline. And there's a response to this, of course. Randy Arozarena had some choice words for Cal Raleigh over handshake snub. Arozarena and Raleigh will be neighbors again in Peoria for spring training within the next few weeks. As you know, they're both on the Mariners. And as you know, Riley had hit 60 home runs last year. Has the all-time record for most home runs by a catcher, breaking several records, and had a big year. Came in second in the MVP voting in the American League. Looking at the numbers and just over my overall feel, he should have won it over over Aaron Judge. World Baseball Classic has a way of taking two guys who play 162 games together, putting them on opposite sides for a week, and revealing exactly where the competitive temperature actually lives. Monday night at Dakin Park in Houston, Team USA beat Team Mexico 5-3 in Pool B, but the moment everyone is talking about had nothing to do with Horseface's two-run home run in the third inning. I mean, Aaron Judge, or Paulsky striking out 7 over 4 dominant innings, or Mexico's Duran hitting 2 solo shots off the bullpen trying to claw it back. And, like I said, I've not watched the games. But I did see this. I did watch the reaction. None of that is what anyone's talking about today. What everyone's talking about is a handshake that never happened. When Randy Arozarena stepped on into the batter's box for his first plate appearance, he extended his hand toward Cal Raleigh. Okay, how you doing? Hi, how are you? It was supposed to be a greeting, a moment of acknowledgement between competitors who happened to share a clubhouse most of the year with the Seattle Mariners. Riley, catcher of Team USA, stone-faced his way toward the pitcher's mound without reciprocating. This did not go over well. Now, in between the lines, he's not his teammate in this situation. He doesn't have to shake his hand. Doesn't have to. Doesn't have to do that. This was not the first time Arozarena had this experience on this stage. In the 2023 WBC, he tried to fist bump Team USA catcher Will Smith in the same situation, and Smith declined. What is this guy trying to prove? Must be friends with everybody, with the catchers? Is he going out to dinner? Is he taking them out after dinner? This is his way of saying, let's hang out. This is very strange. And again, he does it a second time with somebody who's his competitor. Now, Will Smith wasn't on the Rays at the time, but this is very strange. Now, let me read you this tweet. He opened notably with genuine warmth, specifically complimented Riley's parents, noting he'd run into them at the hotel recently. This is Arozarena. That they came over to embrace him and that they seemed genuinely proud to see him. But then he laid into Riley for the snub with profanities. It's really nasty. Now, here's what he had to say. This has been translated from The Athletic. The only thing he should be this is Arozarena. The only thing he should be thankful for is having such great parents. Arozarena told Mexican journalist Luis Gilbert in Spanish, he's very well educated, thank God. I was lucky enough to see them a few days ago at the hotel. They came over to me, gave me a big hug. Then he launched into a profanity-laced criticism suggesting Raleigh should F off and go to hell. That good to see you, that he said to me, and Arozarena said, he can shove it straight up his ass. I'm out. Okay, it's not very pleasant. It is worth acknowledging that this could be exactly what it looks like, or it could be something considerably more theatrical. But there's also a floating technical explanation of Riley's behavior. Sometimes catchers decline contact with opposing batters specifically to avoid getting pine tar or other sticky substance on their throwing hand, which could result in an ejection. If Mexico, well, I mean, we maybe, perhaps, but you're in between the lines, and he should know better. Now, Raleigh has come out and spoken out about this. It's from MLB.com. Riley responds to scrutiny over rejected handshake. There's no beef. I love Randy, okay? If there was any drama brewing between Cal Raleigh and Randy Arozarena at the World Baseball Classic, last year's AL MVP runner-up took steps to diffuse it on Tuesday afternoon. I hate that this is a thing, Riley said via FaceTime with 3 Mariners beat reporters. I really don't think this is a big deal. It's a big story. It shouldn't be a thing. I love Randy. I have all the respect for him and Team Mexico. I already reached out to him personally to talk with him, and obviously when we're back in Seattle, we're family, we're brothers. I'll do anything for him. I'll do anything for our team to win. Again, they're not playing on the same team. And when you get in between the lines, friendships, especially when you compete against them, are over. Riley was calling from Dakin Park in Houston, where less than 24 hours earlier, Arozarena gave an interview in Spanish with Mexican journalist Luis Gilbert, offering choice words after Riley refused to shake his hand during Team USA's 5-3 win over Team Mexico. To be sure, it's unclear if Arozarena's comments were serious or sarcastic. I reached out to Randy and told him especially, I'm sorry if you felt disrespect or whatever it may be, but we're just playing the game. I think he would want the same if I was his teammate and we were playing somebody in a playoff game, or he'd want that same kind of energy from me. So I think that's kind of how I see it. And I reached out and put it to bed. Now, if this was 40 years ago, 60 years ago, and it has happened, there wouldn't have been no handshakes. Arozarena, when he thought about it. What is certain is that it was serious enough for Mariners' marriage with Dan Wilson to address it on Tuesday morning before Riley and Wilson connected. These guys are incredible athletes because of their competitiveness, and that's where they're at. And that's why they've got to the level that they've gotten. But I also know that our team loves each other deeply, and that's one of the key ingredients we have in that clubhouse. As much as they love each other, so I don't anticipate this being any bit of an issue. I don't think it's an issue. Like most, Wilson didn't see Arozarena's reaction until it went viral on social media in the late hours of Monday night. But he explained to speak with the players on Tuesday morning. Competitiveness is competitiveness. It doesn't matter. Sometimes it's a backyard game, whatever. These guys are competitive, but like I said, I think the love that they have for each other will shine. Boy, kumbaya. What was Wilson's intentional reaction? Just knowing these personalities and understanding the players and the guys involved, how much they appreciate each other, how much they respect each other, and how you know that's what's going to win out. And that's what Wilson said. Many Mariners players in Peoria had indicated that they'd seen the clips by early Tuesday morning, but preferred not to comment publicly. I'm not touching that, one player said. Another player said, another big news coming out of camp today. It's not a big deal. It really isn't. To be honest with you. It's not a big deal. I mean, you're going up against a team that's trying to beat you. The players are taking these games very seriously, very competitively. They want an edge. That's probably what Arozarena was trying to do. He didn't get what he wanted. He's trying to get an edge over Raleigh, and Raleigh wasn't he wasn't really going for it. And you think he would have learned from 3 years ago that the catcher wasn't going to shake his hand to touch him. It's just, it's like a punishment. He's like putting himself through pain for no reason. Well, anyway, you let me know what you think about this video, and of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut too, and I'll see you later.